Want me to start?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. Well, welcome. Hello, everybody. It's so good to see everybody, and more people are joining in with us. And I am so proud and honored to be representing you tonight on the Anita Wood National Area Zoom. And it's just an honor to be asked, because I get to share this virtual stage with people like Mary Jo and Kay and Raven and Debbie and just all of our superstars, so it's just a blessing and an honor. And I just love all of you, and it's so good. A lot of people are still kind of wary about getting out and about. And so you have to do what's comfortable for you. I love that, we have pivoted and we've been able to just meet virtually. It's so much fun. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started and introduce myself. I think I pretty much know everybody so far, but there may be some, that are joining us a little later or watching this, as a recording. But my name's Lindy Horne. I am a sales director in the Anita Conley National Area. So we are Anita Wood's kind of babies, grandbabies, and things like that. So if you're new to Mary Kay, you may not really understand all of this, but I just love our Pink Sisterhood and how we're able to support each other and just encourage each other. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and then just kind of talk about a topic tonight. I think I have about 15 minutes maybe to share, and then 15 minutes for you to be able to ask questions. And so I hope that, if anything I say or do, that y'all won't hold it against me, because I got something fun to share with y'all at the end. Chicken out. Okay, well, of course, I live in Vidalia, Georgia. I'm a Georgia peach, and I live with my husband, Keith. We've been married for almost 36 years, and we have 2 adult sons and a daughter in love and a Cocker Spaniel named Lucy. And I just took my little Lucy off to my mom's house. She's spending a few days with Granny because my husband and I, we're going to the beach for a few days. Okay, so yay, I can't wait. I love sand. Okay, well, it is so hard to believe that I have been building my business for just over 17 years. I know y'all don't think I'm even old enough to have been in Mary Kay 17 years, right? It's just Mary Kay, right? Okay, so I started my Mary Kay business while I was working a full-time job, juggling kids, homework, sports, church and community activities, and my husband was in law enforcement. Okay, so, and he worked a lot of nights. So a lot of times, I felt like a single mama, had to do all that by myself. And I really didn't see how I could do anything else or put anything else in my life, because I was, 40 plus hours a week at work. But the thing of it is that we needed cash. And I was not willing to sell anything, but I knew Mary Kay was the good stuff. I ended up going to a party up near Augusta, and my sister, she had a Mary Kay party, and there's where I met Anita. And she asked me to listen to the opportunity for free lipstick. And I said, girl, I don't want a free lipstick. I'm not going to sell anything, She said, but I'm in a challenge. I'm trying to, reach a goal. Would you please listen to this cassette and let me know your opinion? And I said, oh, okay, I'll take it with me. So I kind of thought I'd fix her little red wagon, and I'd have my husband Keith listen to it with me, and he's going to tell me this. He's going to say, girl, you don't have time to do that, and it costs money. Well, he flipped it on me, and he said, this sounds really good, and you should do it. And I kind of thought he was crazy, okay, because I said, how am I going to put this in? And I am not a salesperson. But I'm kind of glad that Keith and Anita twisted my arm, because Anita did like all good consultants, and she followed up with me. The first time she followed up, I had not listened. And then she said, will you listen? I said, yes, I'm a woman of my word. I will listen to that cassette. And so she gave me a few more days. So I listened to it, and then she followed up again. And so, if you're not following up with your customers or people that you've got leads from, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving an important part of your business, letting it go just kind of by the wayside. Okay, so what happened was that, you know, I started my business. Yes, I was still working full time, still doing all the things I was doing before Mary Kay. But what I realized is that I started having fun. And Lindy didn't have a lot of fun. You know, it was just school for the kids, work for me, and come home and wash clothes, do laundry, do homework, and do it again. But then I started realizing that Mary Kay was giving me something that I needed. I needed some me time. And so I was just having so much fun and selling the product and holding appointments. And Anita kept telling me, Lindy, you're doing great at selling, but we also need to be sharing. And I said, I just want to sell. I just want to sell. And she said, you know how you don't want to work at that full-time job? Then the only way you're going to be able to make the money to replace that income is to become a sales director. And the only way you're going to become a sales director is if you share the opportunity with enough people. So, you know, scratching, whatever I was holding on, I didn't want to be anybody's supervisor. You know, that's what in my mind, I thought directorship was a supervisor. And so she, you know, had to tell me several times, you're not anybody's boss. You're not supervising anybody. You just share why you love Mary Kay. And I can remember my very first team member, I didn't even really want her. And she worked with me. And she asked me at work one day, you know, hey, how can I get into Mary Kay? And I said, I don't know. She said, no, you do know. And I said, no, I don't know how to do it. I said, Anita just signed me up. I just gave her my card number and she signed me up. And that was the truth. Because she said, when I told her I would do it, she said, well, I said, what do I need to do? She said, you got a card? I said, I do. So I gave her my card number, and then I said, what's next? And she said, well, you need some product. And she said, can I use the same card? I said, yes. And so she ordered my inventory. I didn't even know anything about what I was getting. So, you know, even though I was kind of fudging with my coworker, I was like, I don't want to be her supervisor. You know, I like her okay for work, but I don't really want to work with her. Okay. So I don't want her in on my fun, you know. And so she told me, she said, well, when Anita calls you again, I am going to ask her because I want to sign up. I said, well, all right, whatever. So she was my first team member, although I was reluctant to have her. But then after she started holding appointments and I started getting that, you know, the little commission, I started getting a taste. You know, I started getting a taste of that love check, and I really liked that. And so what I realized was that the more appointments and the more, you know, the more selling appointments I held, the more potential team members I would get. And so, you know, I looked at my calendar. I said, how many times a week can I hold a selling appointment? Well, I had to make it work because, you know, I would just get off for lunch. So, you know, I would do phone calls. I had a bag phone, y'all. Some of y'all don't even know what a bag phone is. Okay, I had a bag phone. And so I'd make phone calls on my bag phone, or either I'd run to my house at lunch and I'd call everybody on my list and leave them voice messages on their answer machine. Because I was so nervous to call them and talk to them. I really didn't want to talk to them. I just wanted to leave them a message. But, you know, whatever it was working because I kept, you know, getting bookings. I looked at my calendar. I said, okay, I can hold 2 appointments this week. I can hold, you know, 1 during the week and a couple on Saturday, or this week it just has to be, you know, during the week. And so what happened was that after about a year of just working, you know, really consistently, I really didn't even know what I was doing. I'd say, okay, what do I do next, Anita? And she'd tell me the next step. And so when you hear, you know, a director say, listen to your director. That's the truth. Whatever she tells you to do, if you're serious about your business, then you go do it. Okay. And then you come back and say, okay, what do I do now? And she'll do it because she'll tell you. Because if you do the steps, she will help you. But now, if you don't go do the steps she's already told you to do, guess what? Then don't come back for the next step because you've not done the step before. So I really kind of kicked and screamed. I didn't really want Anita to help me recruit anybody because I didn't want her to twist their arm, you know. And I realized that nobody will sign up unless they want to. True story, true story. Okay, so about a year after all of that, I was getting really worn out, and I had a really good customer base, and I was actually on target to earn my first car, and shortly, and I got a really good love check. And I remember my mother-in-law saying, "How much is that love check?" Anita was saying, "Hey, do you know how to figure out what your love check is?" I said, "No, I don't know how to figure that thing." And she said, "Well, here is what you're going to be making." And guess what? I brought home about $1,800 a month after taxes with my full-time job. That stinks, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it did me because I worked all that time, and I felt like, I'm just working for nothing, basically. And so my love check was over $1,400 that month. And my mother-in-law went, oh, like she was going to have a heart attack. So guess what? I earned a car, and just a few months later, and my husband, they started talking to me. My mother, my sisters, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and I always listened to them. They have such great advice, my parents and parents-in-law. And Keith was saying, I think, you should just do Mary Kay full time. I said, oh, no, I can't. I got that check coming in twice a month, and I'm just going to keep doing this. He said, you're going to burn out. If you keep working like this, you just have to let it go and have faith in God that you are going to pull through this, and this is what you're meant to do. All right, so it took me a little while to be convinced, but it wasn't long, and then I went ahead, and thank you, Mary Jo, and I went ahead and stepped away from that job. Okay, I had been with the state for over 15 years, y'all, and do you know my retirement after, taxes got taken out of it, it was less than what one of my checks was after I became a sales director was for a month. It was crazy. It was so crazy. So anyway, what happened was that, I became a full-time Mary Kay consultant working. I was in DIQ working to become a sales director. And so, I got home and I started cleaning up the house and doing things moms do, going to the school, picking up the kids, doing homework. And I realized, I said, hey, I got to still put my Mary Kay business in here, and I'm going to have to step it up. Actually, my husband told me that because one day he came home for lunch. I was laying on the sofa watching Andy Griffith. And he said, what are you doing? I said, watching Andy Griffith. He said, if you don't go to work, you're going to have to go to work. Okay? All right. So that was kind of my wake up call. So what I did is I really got serious. I discussed my goals with Anita, and, we just really started talking about it. What did I need to do? And so everything I had been doing, I needed to step it up. And so instead of just like before when I was working, I would put products in my mailbox. I had a customer mailbox, and I would have, I had my customers come to my house and pick it up, or either I'd stick it in their mailbox. So I became deliberate about going to their offices, and I would have my customer introduce me to her coworkers, or if she didn't, then I would introduce myself. And I know y'all are thinking, oh, Lindy, that was easy for you. But growing up, I was shy and bashful. And I know y'all don't believe that now, but Mary Kay has brought me out of my shell. It really has. And so now, I would kind of get like little butterflies in my stomach, before I go in, of course, because I was nervous. But I would go in and I'd say, hey, I'd just be so excited, and I'd say, hey, I'm so excited to be here. I brought y'all some cookies, and I have even brought pizza or sub sandwiches, things like that. I'd arrange it, and I'd say, what day can I come back and bring y'all some samples and some goodie bags and do some satin hands with y'all. And so I started networking. I started doing whatever I could do to get new leads, because, if you've been in Mary Kay longer than about 6 weeks, after you facial your friends and your family, and you facial their friends and family, they're sick of you. They're ready for you to move on. And so, of course, you've got them as customers, but then you're going to have to grow. So you're going to have to get out there and do some of all of it. So not only are you holding appointments and getting referrals from your appointments, but you're also out there. You can do work in women's appreciation. You can do warm chatter. And I'm telling you personally, warm chatter makes me want to throw up in the bushes. Okay. I do not want to go out and feel like I mean, I know it's like, okay, between your ears, you're not stalking, you're just, you're making new friends, you're giving out your business card, make a game of it. But anyway, so I find other ways of doing it. If I see somebody that I really like and I say, oh my gosh, I just got to talk to her, she's so nice, I'm going to give her my card, I'm going to give her a little goodie bag. So you have to be ready. So you might want to keep some goodie bags in your purse, your business cards, some samples, a book, things like that ready, so that when you have opportunity, then you are prepared. Okay, so always be prepared no matter what. So I started setting up tables. I'd set them up at stores. I'd set them up at restaurants. I remember one time I set up a table outside of like a shopping center, and people would come by, and I would just speak to them. And I was, kind of embarrassed at first because I was out there by myself. I didn't have a consultant that was out there holding my hand, or needed to come hold my hand. I went out there, I set it up myself, and I went out and done it. And so my customer base started growing, my team members, my team started growing, and I started growing. And so instead of being able, instead of sitting down and wanting to watch TV, then I wanted to grow. I wanted to read more. I wanted to say, okay, I'm becoming a leader. I want to, grow more. And so, do you know Mary Kay? And you've heard it 100 times probably. Mary Kay is between your ears. Okay. If you don't have a perfect office, if you don't have a perfect filing system, you don't have the perfect closing sheet, all of that's going to come. You don't have to get ready to get ready to get ready. Okay. So you just got to get out there, because imperfect action is better than perfect procrastination. I hope that's the right way to say it. It just come out. So what I'm going to do is, encourage you tonight, girls, don't let anything stand in your way. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can never get on social media, I can never do a video, then I'm right there with you. I have always been kind of technical. I work. And when I was I was working, and I had to learn that. And so I was just kind of like got a little bit technical mind. I'm not really, really good. My son is a computer, he's a software engineer. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, he's smart. Maybe he got it from me. I'll just say that. But what I'm going to tell you is, if you don't know how to do it, figure it out. If you don't know how to do it, ask for help. Who's a teenager? Somebody from church. If you don't have teenagers in your life, go to the church and say, hey, who's here that can show me how to, y'all can all do Zoom, look at you. You can all pull up Facebook, show me how to do the things I need to do. They'll be glad to help you. They'll probably laugh at you a little bit, but that's okay. But you have to embrace change. That's one thing that in my Mary Kay business, I've had to learn to embrace change. Is change easy? No. But if you're not changing, you're not growing. Okay. And if you're not growing, you're going backwards. Okay. So what I'm going to do, is give you a few things. If you've not created a private Facebook group for your customers, do that. You can find the instructions on Mary Kay in Touch how to do that. Make sure you have videos, you post, little gifts or memes. I don't know what you call them, but anyway, little pictures. And Mary Kay has those too. And I bet your sales director, your national, other pages that you're on, they have things. My Mary Kay, Mary Kay itself, things like that. Have a Facebook party, or be invited to one. Find someone who holds them. Let me tell you, I've been holding Facebook parties well before the virus. And it was just paste products. I didn't go live, because one thing that could have held me back from ever going live is my accent. Don't y'all just love this Southern drawl? It's crazy. So that would have held me back, because I was like, they're not going to understand what I'm saying. But most of the people who I was talking to begin with, they all talk just like me. So it didn't really matter, right? So every one of us has something that, you know, that would hold us back. Whether, you know, you might say, oh gosh, I got this dark spot on my face, or look at my eyes. My eyes don't even look like they're open. You know, so we're all our own worst critics. So the thing best to do is just do it. Just do it and see what you're gonna get out of it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I had a live party last night. I'm so excited about that live party. She was a guest on one of my Facebook parties. Okay. And so she booked a party in person. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've not held an in-person party in months. I'm so excited. So we've sold over $600 in counting. And I was there forever because people just did not want me to leave, and they didn't want to leave. We just, you know, enjoyed fellowshipping. You know, I told my husband, I said, I'm probably going to be late, you know, even though it's just, you know, about 30 miles away. I'm going to be late because I just know these girls. I know this girl who's going to be my hostess, and she's got chatty family. Okay, but we just had a wonderful time. I sold product, new appointments, and before the party, I made sure she had a hostess packet. I made sure she had samples. I found out what she was interested in, and so she sold tons of product before the party even started at her work from people who couldn't come. And then we sold more product at the party, lots of product at the party. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and y'all please don't hold this against me. Now, I didn't create this. I was at like something with a national, Kim McClure. Do y'all know Kim McClure? Y'all heard of Kim McClure? I know directors know Kim McClure, but she's awesome. So, and I know Sheila's always saying, I love this little class, and I've done it like for fall retreat and things like this. But y'all would have seen me. I was typing or writing furiously whenever Kim McClure was doing this because it was precious. I loved it. So don't show, you know, show that I'm doing it somewhere. I don't know if you could take this and post it somewhere, but please don't. Okay. All right. Now Sheila said, oh my, yes. Okay. All right. So this is called the panty class. Panties. Okay. Oh, that's awesome, Mary. Okay. So, you know, you have to have a change of attitude. If you're moving up in your business, you have to have a change of attitude. You know, so, you know, between the ears, right? And so sometimes you're going to have to learn to do things differently, right? All right. So we're always growing. Okay. So I'm going to show you these panties, and don't be offended. Okay. Nobody be offended. Okay. None of these are my panties. Half of them won't even fit me. Okay, and they're all clean. They still have tags on them. All right. Okay, so when you're moving up in Mary Kay, then guess what? You've got to be a party animal. You've got to do more parties than ever before, because the party's where it really gets fun and where the hostess sees the whole experience unfold. Okay, party animals are really important. So when you do facials, yes, but they're just fillers, okay? You're going to do parties. Okay, so y'all ready for the next pair of panties? All right. Oh my gosh. Thongs. See, they got tags on them. They're not mine. They are mine, but I don't wear them. They wouldn't fit. Okay, so some things are going to get up your butt, okay? You're not going to like it. Some people are going to get up your butt. Some experiences are going to get up your butt. You know what? You just got to pull it out of your butt and move on. Okay? Everybody agree? Okay. The next thing I'm going to share are these little cheeky boy shorts. Okay? Cheeky boy shorts. You know, these represent, in Mary Kay, you have to be all in or out. You know, women are like curling irons. Either they're off or they're on. Okay? But in Mary Kay, if you got a goal, you got to be all out. You know, sometimes they cut up the middle of your cheek. You know, they're like, oh my gosh, I got to pull them out, but they won't go. You can't sit on the fence, in other words. You've got to be all in or all out. Okay, so be 100% committed, move forward, okay, no matter what. You know, because sitting on that fence is uncomfortable, right? It hurts your hiney. Okay, so the next ones, all right, these are little USA shorts. And yes, I did put that flag on there. Isn't that funny? I just pinned them on there. I'm not a good sewer. Okay, so you got to be different. You got to step out of the norm. You know, you got to get out of that comfort zone. You got to be willing to be different from the rest of the crowd. You know, people say, why are you doing this? Why are you putting so much time and effort in that Mary Kay? You know you're not ever going to make no money in it. Are you still selling lipstick? You know, you heard it all, right? And so when people say all that, don't listen to them, right? This is God's vision for you. Okay, God's vision for you. You know, this work getting hard, but you're going to have to do it. And if you do it, then He's going to bless it. Okay, so be an eagle. Don't be a chicken. Don't be a turkey. Be an eagle. Okay, now this one you're going to love because this is a support bra. Okay, and it's pink. Isn't that cute? Wait a minute, hold on. That is a big support bra, isn't it? Okay, girls need support. Okay, and you're going to need extra support. Okay, so you might need some extra help around the house, and you might even need to tell your family that sometimes they got to eat peanut butter and jelly instead of, you know, having a home cooked meal. They can eat some more mac and cheese, whatever. But share your goal with your family and say, hey, what can we do as a family to ensure that I work to make this happen for us? Okay, you know, I don't know what, you know, you need more support in because only you do, but you've got to feel, you know, got to figure it out. Okay, and so, but you are going to have some support if you're going to move up in your business. Okay, the next thing is kind of see-through panties. You see those little see-through panties? They're see. Okay, so you have to be transparent in your business. You know, speak from the heart. When you're sharing the Mary Kay opportunity, you know, let people know that it's coming from your heart. You have to have passion. You know, you want people to join you, and people want to join, excuse me, people want to join something great. Actually, you know, women are looking all the time. They need fun, so they'll have a pampering session, but then, you know, you're not just selling Mary Kay products, you're selling a dream. You know, but sell why you're passionate about your Mary Kay dream. Okay, where you're going and what it's going to do for you. All right, now this one you're going to love. This is Spanx. Y'all ever seen a pair of Spanx? I don't think I could ever stick myself in these things. But anyway, some of us has got Spanx on the brain. You know, our head is just squeezed so tight, our thinking so small. You know, we're thinking like, I said, oh my gosh, a lot of activity is doing like two faces in the month. Oh my gosh, I worked so hard this month. No, you know, 30 is the minimum. Did you know Mary Kay wouldn't even let new consultants get their kit until they had their date book full and that they had, you know, watched a couple of training classes that they have gone with those. And we've got people who haven't even held their own appointments, and much less will they ever be inconvenienced to go with a recruiter or a sales director to her appointment. I mean, I can't even be bothered to go to a sales meeting. I can't be bothered to, you know, so you have to think about that. Get the Spanx off your brain. Do you know, I used to think, I live in Vidalia. Dublin's about 45 miles away. I thought Dublin could have been the other side of the United States. That was my small thinking before I started Mary Kay. Okay, so instead of having 2 faces for the month, have 30. Okay, that's the minimum. Okay, but if you're used to doing 2, then stretch for 10. If you're used to doing 10, stretch for 20. If you're used to doing 20, stretch for 30, and then so on and so forth. Because it's not like somebody else has never done it. Okay, I don't think you're going to break a what is it? A record. Yeah, by holding 30 faces in 1 month. It's just not going to happen, girls. Okay. All right. So now let's see. The next thing is we're going to, hold on a minute. We got the brief. Okay, I'm rambling. So this is my little reminder to be brief. You know, when you go to the party, be brief. do it, get it all done in about an hour and close the guests out and be gone in 2 hours. Be brief. Be brief in whatever you've got to say. It says summer. Okay, next we have the red hot panties. Look at these. These could be thongs too, Joy. I know you like the thongs. I challenge Joy to get her a pair of thongs. Okay, because you're hot. You're hot. Do y'all know wearing a power ring on your pointer finger, or wearing big earrings, or wearing heels, or wearing a pair of thongs, all of those things are going to make you feel powerful. Personally, I don't want to wear the thong, but whatever, if I put on a pair of thongs, like it say, okay, it was kind of like a game, okay, I got to go out and get 10 names today. Well, I'm going to put on a pair of thongs, and the quicker I went out and got 10 names, the quicker I could get home and get these things off. Not these personally, okay? But you see what I'm saying? You've got to be red hot. All right. Get your head in the right place and say, I'm hot. Now, these panties are queen panties, okay? Because you're going to be queen of everything. All right, queen of everything. So you're going to be queen of faces, you're going to be queen of sales, you're going to be queen of new team members, you're going to be queen of bookings. You've got to be the stage hog. Be the stage hog. And, get your bumblebee this year. Finish the quarter sales. We're just starting out. If you're a little behind, it's easy to catch up now. But be the queen of everything. Okay, now the last thing is, suck it up. Put on your big girl panties, okay, and just deal with it. You're going to have people that say, I'm going to join, and never join. You're going to have people that join and never do anything. Just deal with it. It's just a journey to your success, okay? Every person that's become a sales director, that's earned a car, that became a national sales director, we've all had obstacles. So we've all had obstacles that stood in our way, but what has happened is that instead of obstacles, we made stepping stones, okay? So what I want to, before I open it up for questions, this is one of my most favorite. Let me find it because I'm terrible about remembering how to do things, how to say sayings, and I want to say it right. Where is it? Okay, do y'all know that that movie, We Bought a Zoo? Do y'all remember that? Have you ever seen that? Okay, well, it's wonderful. It's based on a true story. And Benjamin, what's his name? M-E-E. The movie was We Bought a Zoo. And he said this line in the movie, and I think of this all the time. It says, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage, just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery, and I promise you something great will come of it. Okay? So what is the thing that you are afraid to do? What are you afraid to do? 20 seconds of insane courage. 20 seconds go by just like that, right? So what can we do to grow? What's your next best step? What's your next step, your plan of action? Thank y'all for listening. I hope I was at least a little entertaining. Okay, I don't know how much time we have, but does anybody have a question?
Well, before the questions, Lindy, I just have to say, well, I love you tremendously. You're just awesome. Love you.
Thank you.
I love your energy. I love your energy, and I love your humility and being willing to be trained by Anita, and just be willing to say, okay, what do you want me to do? What do I need to do next? So that's a great quality to have. Thanks for sharing your story. I never heard it before.
Oh, thank you, Raven. I just love you so much. You're always so encouraging and so, oh my gosh, you're brilliant. You're just brilliant. I love everything that you do. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do that. I need to do that. So thank you for letting me jump in on your page. I was trying to read everybody's little chats. Hey, Mary Jo. Okay, I'm reading that.
Lindy, this is Kay. I just want to say that was absolutely fantastic. I didn't know your story either, and I knew a little bit of it, but you told me a lot more. I love the panty demonstration. That's so fun. And I hope that you will post that quote somewhere, maybe on the Anita Wood page, because I would love to use that. I love that. That's great. And I'm going to go watch that movie.
It is fabulous. I love it. I have watched it several times. It never gets old to me, but it's wonderful. Thank you, Mary Jo, too. Oh, my goodness. She said, I love your story. But, Kay, you know, I think you are a rock star, girlfriend. I just love you. And from the time we met, girl, I'm like, this woman is a rock star in life. You really are. And I just appreciate you.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, anybody else got a question or comment? Thank goodness I'm not on stage and you can't throw rotten vegetables or tomatoes at me. Well, I hope we've got like one more week or a little less than a week to go for this month. And I hope everybody on here earns their beautiful necklace. So who's earned their necklace? Just go ahead and do like this. Woo! Yay! Okay, if you've not earned your necklace, who's going to earn their necklace? Woo! Woo! All right, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so we just have about 3 more weeks for STAR too. We're going to be completing STAR Consultant. So if you need some ideas on how to complete your STAR by September 15th, reach out to your director. Okay, I know that she's anxious to help. Oh yeah, so what about purse prize contest too? Okay, I haven't seen the flyer, but I'm assuming it's just like always from the 16th through the end of the month. You get entries, so you know, for every $100 you order, is that right? And then also for earning your jewelry, and then adding new team members, active team members, and also Great Store Qualified. We just love Anita Wood and thank her so much for all that she does for us, all of these fabulous prizes. You know, I just love it. Okay, well, y'all have a great night. And y'all be blessed, stay safe, wash your hands. I mean, we've been washing our hands all along, right, girls? I mean, and so let's just roll with it. All right, love y'all.